The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
All right, we're talking about a problem that Cara is having with her local dispensary. Cara Caravu in here for Kenzie this week. Actually, maybe back even for weeks, because with Kenzie on maternity leave, we'll need some help. We have some special guests coming in, and Cara's one of those. I've known Cara forever.
Yay.
But I didn't know this about Cara.
I love this song.
I bet you do.
So Cara likes to partake in, well, it sounds like everything.
Hey! Nothing with a needle.
You like to, partake in the marijuana, whether you smoke it, whether it's an edible.
I mean, I have a medical card. It's not like, I don't know if that makes it better.
No, it's for health, Brian.
Yes.
She's a doctor.
Yeah.
Didn't know that either.
Yeah, I got the card from a company called Higher Medical. So,
I will say the one thing the weed industry excels at is puns. They're a phenomenal job. That's excellent.
They go all in, and that's why I love it. And I don't partake, but I've been fighting for the legalization of marijuana.
Oh, I cried when it was legalized. I waited in a 2-hour line. And then I had a party. Like, I had a tray of appetizers and a tray of edibles. Like, it was on January 1st. I don't remember what year it was.
It was now 3 years ago, right? Was
Was
it
it 2019 or 2020?
I think it was 2021.
No, it was before COVID, for sure.
Okay, so in 2020 it must have been. Yeah. Which was very convenient.
Yes.
In fact, you might say there's a conspiracy there. That it got legal, and then the government launched COVID. So all the dispensaries made a ton of money. People staying home working, but they're really smoking weed.
Yeah.
I love this. I love this tinfoil hat, Brian.
I can't wait to do the conspiracy podcast on our network. So, but you're having a problem. You're in Oak Park, right?
Yeah.
And so you're having a problem with your local dispensary that you get your stuff from.
Yeah, I went there like a week or two ago, and they had no edibles.
That sounds really bad.
Wow.
It's odd.
It's like going to Home Depot with no hammers.
Exactly.
You know, I mean,
Exactly.
that's what you do.
Honestly, one of the best analogies you've ever made. You are on point, my friend.
So, do you want to say what the name of the place is?
I mean, I don't see why not. They're called MedMen. It's the only place in Oak Park. So if you know Oak Park, that's the only dispensary there.
MedMen, MEDMEN.
Yeah, and they're a chain. They're based out of California, I think.
Are most of them like that? Like a Sunnyside? They're everywhere. Sunnyside.
Yeah, they're more popular here.
The one by Wrigley is the one I see because that's my neighborhood.
There's one in Elmwood Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on the north side. I mean, I think I don't know what the one is in Glenview by the Old Orchard Mall. There's this one that looks like a temple. It's huge. That might be Sunnyside, too. I'm sorry if it's not. I apologize if it's yours, and you can always check. You always call in if you run these things at 312-591-8300, especially the people from MedMen. If you're listening, call in, and we're not slamming. We're just trying to understand the problem.
Yeah. I saw an article. They just laid off a bunch of people, and I feel badly for them because they were great. One of the reasons I like that place is because they're great employees.
Whoa.
What?
A dispensary laid off people?
I know. Isn't that nuts?
How do you find gold, the biggest gold rush in the world with legal marijuana, and you can't get rich?
Well, it's hard to make money if you don't have any edibles. They also ran out of flour too. So
you go ahead and preach, Cara. You do it. This is your thing. Go ahead.
I don't
preach.
know. It's like going to McDonald's over out of fries and burgers. Sorry, you know, like that's what it's like when you go there.
And what did they say when you asked why aren't there edibles
They
here?
just said they didn't have any shipments coming in.
Okay.
Like, okay, I didn't ask questions. I just went to a different place.
Did they sell other things there?
Yeah, they do. There's all kinds. There's oils. There's ointments. There's I don't know what else. They sell CBD stuff. Like, there's other stuff you can get. But if you can't get flour or edibles or vapes, they ran out of vapes eventually.
Okay.
That's really what everybody buys.
That's why you go to a dispensary.
Right,
and it's legal in Illinois. So I don't know anything about it. I don't know what's going on.
I don't really either, but when I went in and I couldn't get anything, I'm like, well, this isn't good. You know, so then I saw some people got laid off. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I would love for the people of that business to call up and try to figure out, because I want to help my girl Cara here to make sure she's comfortable and happy when because she's doing the morning show, then she works in the afternoons this week. So she's like,
I have to sleep.
You need
like,
that edible.
I need to relax and sleep.
Do you do it midday, the edible, then, when you leave here?
Not when I'm working afternoons.
Yeah, she's got all these jobs. So everybody also, a lot of people checking in here because they live in your area in Oak Park. They said Starbuds is on Harlem and 26th in North Riverside.
That's new. That place just opened up, but they don't do medical. They're only recreational.
Oh, so you can go to... Can you go to Sunnyside with your medical card?
Yeah, the one.
And then it's way cheaper, right?
God, you save like 45% of taxes, and you don't wait in line either.
Okay,
that's like the two really great perks.
I love learning about this stuff because again, I don't do it. I did it in my life at one point, but I just don't anymore. And I don't care if you do it or not.
Well, I don't do it in work. Like, I didn't do it this morning. I wake up. And
You can. I don't care. I'm not judging. What do you do with the flour?
You roll a joint? Why are you asking me that?
I pictured you made brownies with it, the pot brownies.
Actually, I think you use other stuff. This sugar stuff. I don't know. It's goopy, like waxy. I don't know what it's called. Someone else can probably help me with that word.
Listen, you think I know all about this because most of my friends partake, and but I don't go buy this stuff and I don't use it, so I don't really ask questions.
But edibles are like people that don't even like smoking, like edibles. Like they'll do it.
Yeah. I have people, I'm not going to say their names, but people that have medical issues, and they say the edibles, you'd rather take an edible than take like 40 Vicodin or hydrocodone and end up addicted.
That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I agree. If it works for you, do it. I'm not saying you should take it for no reason. I don't think people should start a habit if you don't have it, but if it helps you out, then fine. It's good for mental health in a lot of situations with people.
Anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of people are checking in about other ways you can go, but I'm just curious that how a place that had the greatest thing, one of the biggest things in our lifetime, a biggest profitable thing.
Yeah.
Legalized.
It's a moneymaker.
I mean, the hippies at Woodstock were dying for this like 50 years ago, talking about someday marijuana will be legal, and then it gets legal, and then you can't.
Well, that's only this
fill
one
your
place.
store with
I think the
stuff.
other stores are fine. It's got to be the company. I don't know.
Okay.
I feel like I'm talking bad about that company, but I was your best customer for a while there.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We were talking about reviews last hour, and I'm trying to help the company. I'm not trying to rip anybody. If something's wrong there, figure it out, because you've got a great customer here in Caribou.
Right. I'm sure all the dealers in Oak Park aren't too mad, though. Because they're the people that got hit when it got legalized,
Yeah. I don't want to ask about your past behavior before it was legal.
I only do things legal.
Well, let's see. Let's see here. There's other places where there's a Curaleaf in Melrose is where this person goes, Adam, and he says they always got really, really good deals, and they don't play with their supplies. I mean, they're always stocked, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Also, is it Maribis in Westchester?
Oh, I've heard about that place.
Maribis, okay. Yes, it's funny because I only know Sunnyside, and I'm not partial to it because I don't buy stuff there.
It's also an easy name to remember.
It's a good name.
Yeah.
Good name, Sunnyside. So 312-591-8300. I love people from that place. We could try calling them, but I bet they're not open right now. And Meredith checked in. OMG, I'm in Oak Park and didn't know about this dispensary. I've been going to Zen Leaf in Pilsen. There's going to be a new one on Madison where Doc Ryan's used to be.
Yeah, I hope so.
Though.
That was a really big bar in Forest Park. It's a great space. That could be a massive dispensary if they want it to be.
Okay.
I'd be happy.
You know, the Rainforest Cafe was supposed to become a dispensary.
Yes. Which they could have just left all the decorations up because that would have been cool.
I don't know why they took the frog down.
Oh.
That was so dumb.
Yeah.
And now it's not going to be one because I don't know if you know about this. We talked about it on the air.
Yeah, I've heard.
There's the rules and the laws. They can't put it like 1,000 feet, the dispensaries. I think it's 1,000 feet from another one. And there is one over on Clark by the, what's Bub City over there?
Oh, there's one there?
There's one across the street because at Lollapalooza, the line is around the block there.
Yeah.
And so it's only about 1,000 feet when you go from.
Well, that's not a bad rule,
It's not a bad rule.
Yeah.
I think 1,000 feet's fair, or 2,000 feet, whatever the rule was. You can't put another one there. They should just reopen Rainforest Cafe as a restaurant because it was awesome.
Yeah, just a little overpriced, but it was good. I love going in there. I love taking my kids there.
Yeah, I wanted to take my baby there. Heartburn, it closed in time. Well, anywhere, let's see. If you're ever out in Naperville, Rise always has a good deal on their edibles, Cara.
Good to know.
Yeah, Rise, so check that out. We're not partial to anything. Listen, I'm not judging whatever you have and whatever you guys use. It's fine. This is just trying to help my girl Cara out here.
Yeah, someone texted in that Michigan by far is the lowest prices. I know, but do I want to drive to Michigan?
You'd have to somehow do your cost analysis on gas.
Right.
But then you could go to like the New Buffalo. It's a beautiful little town.
I love New Buffalo.
I do too. It's really nice. All right. Well, I hope would you help you solve your problem or no?
Yeah, I got some great ideas on where to go. Thank you.
Cara's going to be doing a world tour. We're going to Schaumburg. We're going to Downers Grove. We're going to Naperville.
Pilsen.
We're going to Grays Lake. We're going to Pilsen. Yeah.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101, and we were just discussing Cara's weed problem.
I don't have a problem.
Her problem is she can't get the edibles.
That's the problem.
In her neighborhood, she goes to MedMen in Oak Park.
MedMen in Oak Park. They do not have edibles anymore. And flour.
Which I'm not calling them out. Listen,
Or vapes.
We're trying to help local businesses here. This show tries to help. And now you say they're a national company, but they're based in Oak Park, and that's your neighborhood spot.
Yeah.
You go in there, and they're out of their edibles. You have a medical card.
Yeah.
And, if they don't put the stuff on the shelves, how do you make money? Also, I'm getting Bill Cosby. You see, you put the edibles on the shelves and you sell them and you get the high.
What I like about you is you catch yourself doing a Cosby impression and you double down.
Oh, I'm going all in.
You don't bail.
Well, because I have smoked weed, but I don't anymore. I just don't.
Yeah.
It wasn't for me. I like alcohol. It's just
You see a little thing about me.
Yeah.
and everybody should be careful. If there's younger people out there, we're not saying go get hammered or try all this
Absolutely.
stuff, because there is a lot of dangers, especially with tragically, things that you're buying are not what you think they are.
Right. Well, that's what's good about dispensaries, though. They literally have the ingredient list.
Oh, that's
everything.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like this one's high protein carbs.
No.
What do you mean ingredient list?
Like they'll say, I wish I had some on me, I'd show you. But there's
sorry.
you know exactly what you're getting. And then the people that work there are like sommeliers, but for weed. And they tell you, like, oh, you'll get this effect.
So the ingredient isn't just weed? There's more to it?
No, there's more to it. There's types, there's strains. Yeah.
I know some of this sounds naive, but again, things have changed so in the past.
Yeah.
I love, learning new things, and I was always for legalization of marijuana. And now that it is, it's great for everybody out there, but you got to be careful, and you've also got to, Cara's a loyal customer to this place. I'm not calling them out. I'm putting them on the air so they know they've got a problem. You've lost a loyal customer,
Right.
which is sad.
It is.
And
they're convenient, too.
And from the text line, we have about 8,000 texts from your area in Oak Park and the West Side. So it's also hurt other people. But I love these texts coming in. First off, 630 says, I drive by Sunnyside all the time, and I thought it was a breakfast place.
Oh, I saw that one.
Thank you for checking in on the text line. What do you got, Cara?
Josh from 219. Every time I hear someone say flower, I picture them smoking a dandelion. I actually do eat dandelion leaves, not the ones that grow out of the ground. But
God, you do have a problem. Wow.
They sell them at Whole Foods, man. They make you less bloated.
Yeah, I wonder if you're high when you're eating those dandelions. Hey, this is so good, these dandelions.
You're not a cattle grazing here. Don't eat a dandelion.
Case, what do you got?
I have nothing because every time, I went into the other room to answer the phones, and I would talk to these people, and they would offer great insight on the marijuana industry and why there might be shortages. And then I would say, all right, great, we'll get you on the air in 1 second. Please hold for me. And then I'd put them on hold, and they'd hang up. I dealt with the most paranoid listeners we have just a minute ago. Nobody wants to talk about this openly.
Oh, man. Well, Alex checked in from 708. He said, to help out Cara here, he says it's nowhere near local, but I go to High Profile in Buchanan, Michigan.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that's in our listening area. I know New Buffalo is. I know we reached the New Buffalo. But he says super great prices, crazy friendly staff. They don't pressure you to buy top of the line. They ask what you need.
Yeah.
It's a nice little day trip, too, to do with your partner. It's beautiful out there in Buchanan, Michigan. Alex lives in Berwyn, so he goes all the way out there and does that. So,
Oh, that's by me, Berwyn.
yeah, so I don't know if you, maybe Alex should take a little...
with a little car trip.
Alex, you and Cara on a little day trip? It'd be nice. Cara's single.
Doesn't sound like he is. Didn't he say him and his girlfriend go there?
No, he said it with your partner, it's a nice day trip, but he didn't say he had a partner.
Oh.
Maybe he had one,
Maybe he
it's
needs
gone
one.
now.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I love, you guys checking in with the information on this. And again, it's just about being safe, careful. And like I said, you should never start anything if you don't, a habit, whatever it is. If that's not what we're talking about here. I'm just talking about someone like Cara, who's a grown-ass woman who has a need and has a legal result to it and is not getting served.
Yeah, and I got the medical card, by the way, during COVID. I definitely had anxiety. Like that.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Joe Curtis with your headlines here in just a couple seconds. Brian and Kenzie, Q101, and Cara Caravu's here, filling in for Kenzie during her maternity leave. Oh, her boy is so cute.
So cute.
And she's texting all hours of the night now with us because she's up doing, the feeding and all
Right.
that stuff. And it's just kind of funny because she'll, like, I go to sleep and I don't want to get a text. I keep my ringer on, though, in case Case has an emergency for some reason.
And I do the same for you.
And so she's texting, and I'm kind of like, it's amazing, that's cute, but we're sleeping now. I'm sorry you're awake in the situation. But Cara just, openly came out and said, well, he didn't come out. I'm sorry. That sounded bad. That she smokes marijuana, uses edibles for certain reasons, and her Oak Park dispensary is not serving her properly. And boy, do you feel like you have a lot of new friends now?
I do.
Because all of our crew members really came to her aid here on the text line and
I
calling in.
appreciate it.
And a lot of them still going to Michigan. Josh 219 says Buchanan, Michigan has 5 dispensaries on one street.
Holy cow.
What is it, like New Orleans?
Yeah. But you know what? Here's the thing, though. Patty from Fox Lake made this point, and I forgot about this. It's actually a felony to travel over state lines. Like, if you buy weed legally in Illinois, you can't drive into Indiana. If you know what I mean? You can't go on a plane with it.
That's what I don't understand, though, because when they announce the revenue take at the end of the year or through the months in Illinois, it's about $100 million a month.
Right.
So they make over $1 billion on revenue of weed sales in Illinois. But they do say, sometimes they'll say $30 million of that came from Wisconsin. So can you come down and buy it legally and take it back somehow?
No,
or they just come
not
here
legally. I mean, they know this because you have to show your ID. So that's how they know.
Man. So I think what they're saying is people come here and then they use it here.
Well, supposedly they use it here.
Well, Lollapalooza weekend is always like the biggest weed take. So people fly in, buy, use, leave.
Yeah.
Nothing's in their suitcase, I don't think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not checking them.
Please don't. You don't need to voluntarily do TSA work.
Yeah.
Might be a good side hustle.
Well, don't they have a drop-off box, too, like at the airport?
An amnesty box, yeah.
But I think they removed a bunch because no one's using them. Like
they were barren.
Yeah.
So there you go. Thanks for all your help to Cara. She's looking through your text. Thank you, guys. Here's Bill Curtis with your headlines.
This is not headline news. Today is Singles Awareness Day. Most Americans don't care. They prefer to celebrate Craft Singles Awareness Day. Scientists say children should avoid screens until age 3. Disagreeing with scientists, anyone sitting next to a screaming toddler on a plane. CBS will air a concert special by Billy Joel. It's an attempt by CBS to reach out to younger viewers. The most popular Google search for people aged 55 and over is how to retire, followed closely by how to play pickleball. The Oakland A's hired Jenny Cavnar as the first female play-by-play announcer in Major League Baseball history. And both Oakland A's fans are ecstatic about the news. This is not headline news.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And this is kind of a little bit of an update / flashback to a story we talked about up in Skokie. If you remember, there's a McDonald's that was going to go up in a neighborhood, and they were very upset about it. I believe it was an old Baker Square.
Yes.
And the neighborhood got mad about it because of the drive-through that was going to cause more traffic on that street.
I can see that.
You can?
Well, I can see the neighborhood being annoyed by more traffic.
Yeah, but who doesn't want a McDonald's?
I didn't say they didn't want a McDonald's. They just want the drive-through.
But when you want those fries,
Yeah.
and there's not one nearby, this was a story, if you remember, that we talked about.
Residents in a north suburb have beef with a fast food giant. They
First off, great intro.
Fantastic. No notes.
Great intro. Have beef with a local establishment.
Clever.
Gotta love that. So they talked to the people in the neighborhood. Here's some of the things they said about on why they don't want it in their neighborhood.
The only condition that the fast food restaurant closes at 10 p.m.
Once that precedent is set, every other fast food restaurant is going to want to drive through, and we'll met.
And the outcry is the loudest among those who live the closest to the property.
We are down the street from the community pool. We've got the rec center at that corner. We've got multiple elementary schools.
Now, safety.
Doesn't that sound like a perfect place for a
I
McDonald's?
was going to say, it sounds like a great location.
I mean, you've got the pool, the rec center.
School, you couldn't draw it up better.
I mean, that McDonald's knew what they were doing.
Right.
Exactly.
But this small group up there, and I'm not speaking for the whole city up there, because if you go around the corner there, you're near Old Orchard Mall, where they're talking about, and you have basically a murderer's row of anything you want.
Right.
You got Culver's, you got Portillo's, you've got Chick-fil-A. I mean, so McDonald's, they don't have a McDonald's, and they're just trying to add to the mix.
And they don't have drive-thrus, the other places?
They do. That's part of the problem. We have
Okay.
so many people from Skokie call in and say, well, wait a minute. If you drive one block up, there's a Chick-fil-A with a drive-thru, and I think a Taco Bell with a drive-thru.
Now, I'm not going to side with the complainers there, but those drive-thrus are off of Old Orchard Mall where it's a busier commercial area. And where this
Right.
was going to go was a little bit more residential and there was nothing there. But again, if I have a McDonald's in my neighborhood, I'm not too upset about it.
Right.
No. But also, I mean, in fairness, the Chick-fil-A drive-thru is run better than the Army is. It's so efficient in the way that they get those meals out. There's no traffic at a Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
Right.
There might be buildup, but they whiz those carts through.
And they're all, go ahead.
I was going to say, where there's traffic to the drive-thrus is always a Portillo's. Those take a while.
Well, but they keep them moving too, I got to
do.
say.
They
Tony
do.
just got so defensive,
Yeah,
Cara.
I know.
Maybe you shouldn't come in tomorrow. Maybe you just sit
Well,
back.
I live near the Forest Park location. You're right, it does flow, but there's like 3 lines going. That's why.
Because
you know?
it's delicious.
Yeah,
and so
it's
many
worth
people
it.
want it.
I'm not
24
dissing
hours a day.
Portillo's.
So there's another issue that's popped up now, and this comes from Case's place, Panda Express.
My favorite restaurant.
This is a project to put up a Panda Express right there. I believe it's off the Orange Line at Pulaski.
Yeah.
So it's a big new project to rejuvenate that area.
Mm-hmm.
But they also, here we go again, a drive-through issue. They're eyeing this new store on the southwest side, but the neighbors are pushing back against the design for a drive-through and traffic flow. First off, maybe I don't get out enough anymore with a 15-month-old girl. I can't recall seeing I know the suburb people are going to say you're an idiot. I haven't seen a Panda Express with a drive-through.
I don't think I have either.
Okay,
Usually
good.
they're in malls and stuff.
Well, they're malls, but even the freestanding buildings are usually at the end of another building.
Like a strip mall.
Yeah, so I haven't seen a Panda Express, but Case, go ahead and call me an idiot. There's probably a ton of them.
Let the professional talk. I'm sick of listening to amateur Panda Express enthusiasts.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, there's multiple Panda Expresses with drive-thrus. They're all across the country. This wonderful establishment not only offers fast, casual Asian food that you can sit in the store for, but in case you're on the go, yes, you can pull up through a drive-thru and they will get your order right 100% of the time.
I mean, what's weird is because you need a fork for that food to drive.
Yeah.
You know, through a drive-through and get Panda Express.
You can't-
Unless it's an egg roll. You're not eating with your
Well,
hand.
yeah, orange chicken, you're not scooping it and putting it on your steering wheel.
Speak for yourself.
Well, that's
I suck it down.
Yeah, that's a you problem. So there are 31 Panda Express stores across Chicago, but this one will be one of the few south of the Stevenson. And then so it's a new market they're going to get into. And then they want to do a double lane drive-through. Ooh.
Oh, well, that'll pick it up.
But they're going to have 38 parking spots and 15 bike spots. So they're doing the right thing by
Yeah.
making it ezy access for people to want to go in and eat.
That's the important part of this, is that we not only are blessed with a new Panda Express, which look, if you guys want, I will cut the ribbon for it. I think I'm available that day.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right, but the important thing to note, and this comes from our friends at Block Club Chicago, developers are planning a restaurant, the Panda Express, with an outdoor patio, 38 parking spots,
Yep.
15 bike parking spots, and a double lane drive-through, like you just said, Brian. How could we vote against this?
Yes.
This sounds like heaven on earth. I'd live there if they let me pay rent.
And he lives on the north side.
Yeah.
You're pretty far from there.
I'm packing up my bags, baby.
Oh my God. Can you imagine? You could get on the red line and then switch over to the orange line and then just go to Panda Express there if you wanted to. This one down there to help support the area.
I do have the ability to do that.
That'd be a long ass commute.
It'd be worth it, though.
So yeah, and they always fight. And just so you know, Karen, both these arguments, they also try to throw in the air quality problem because cars idle in the
Yeah,
drive-thru.
but everybody's got EVs now, or their car, like my car turns off when I sit still.
You got one of those cars?
Yeah, I just got a 2021. It's the newest car I've ever had.
Damn, damn, Richie. Listen, my 2019 Rogue has a lot of amazing features.
Yeah.
I've talked about it, but it doesn't have that.
Yeah.
I actually don't like that.
It's kind of weird.
Because I feel like the car stalls and stops all the time.
Yeah, it is weird. Like growing up, I thought that wasted gas, but apparently it saves gas.
I can't believe. I know it saves gas. What kind of car is it again?
It's a 2021 Subaru Crosstrek.
And that turns on and off.
Mm-hmm.
God. Jace, we're in the presence of greatness over here.
And has heated seats. It's
heated seats?
Yeah.
My Rogue has heated seats. I can't say.
Yeah, you came around on heated seats, too.
I did. I used to not like them because I feel like I went to the bathroom in my pants when I would turn them on.
Oh my God.
Because it just feels warm.
I think you get it.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.